Am I the asshole for doing revenge on my bully? During my school days, I was often known as the quiet, skinny girl. My introverted nature made it easy for me to fade into the background, but unfortunately, it also made me an easy target for relentless bullying, especially about my slender figure and acne. Those middle school years were rough, to say the least. I found solace in hiding away, frequently skipping school just to avoid the torment. Of course, this had a negative impact on my grades, but I didn't care because I always held on to the belief that my future wouldn't be limited by a college diploma. I saw simple life away from humans the dearing to my heart. But man, oh man, the mean girls could really cut deep. They called me all sort of things what you could name. Their taunting left scars that not even my unwavering determination could completely heal. But you know what? In the midst of all those shadows, I concocted a plan for revenge. A plan that would maybe catapult me into the spotlight on a national level. One of the ringleaders of those mean girls was a total athlete, constantly working on her physique after school and bragging about her future Olympic dreams. She had amazing physique for a girl her age, specifically her legs were well trained. But little did she know, my revenge was brewing. And boy, did it work. It was through this experience that I eventually gained national recognition. Every spring, our school would get all hyped up for this massive sports festival that lasted a crazy 14 days. It was no joke, covering everything from football and running to swimming, dodgeball, and even weightlifting. The whole thing would end with a bang, with the champions not only getting a sweet trip abroad and some serious cash, but also earning the respect of mentors who could turn them into world-class athletes. Everybody, especially this mean girl, saw this festival as their chance to show off. Now, getting selected for the festival was based on how well you did in our sports classes throughout the year. And, no surprise, this mean girl totally dominated. She had won 5 gold medals in a row since 5th grade. But here's the thing, she was all about bragging and not much else. She focused on running, while the mentors were usually looking for talent in sports like football and dodgeball. By the time we hit 7th grade, she was on a whole new level of arrogant. She started picking on me for being skinny and not exactly killing it in the running exercises we did in class. During our class runs, I always seemed to be lagging behind. I'd opt for a slow jog to avoid making my acne worse with all the intense physical activity. I did it to not get bullied by the mean girl, but regardless of that, this mean girl bullying didn't stop, and it got so bad that I ended up skipping gym classes altogether. The principal had to step in and let my parents know about my skipped classes. It was a mess. So, I was basically forced to start going to gym again, but guess what? Those mean girls just cranked up their harassment, and it made me break down in tears. Even though about KMS, I told that my online friend and she was motivated me to do revenge rather doing mean girl favor. So I decided to take charge and transform my body for revenge. It was hard to say at least. I spent hours running on forest trails to build up my leg muscles secretly. And eventually, I even got myself a treadmill which motivated me to continue my revenge even more. I was spotted in forest by some school people who told everybody about my running, so that is why I bought treadmill. I'd go at treadmill every single day, giving it my all. It was painful since I had before little to no muscles and no energy because of depression. My parents were super surprised finding me exercising since I'm known as gym skipping girl, but I told them that I want surprise my gym teacher with my new sporty physique for an apology. But that was a lie. I did it for revenge. For revenge my plan was to get sporty and when time needed, show mean girl how actually strong am. Because of that I still ended up being the last one in our school's running drills all the way until 11th grade. In home I spent countless times on treadmill until exhaustion. In school I still kept my low profile. All homeworks were done in school and all revenge plotting was made in home. After all, I didn't plan my life, so what is a point of studying? During my last year of school, a sports festival introduced a scholarship rewards from a nearby university for senior champions. This scholarship was for students who wanted to study fitness, and I knew, this year will be best to do revenge on that mean girl, since I already trained my body pretty well for past 5 years and I knew that mean girl aims to go to that university. So I needed to be first in class running for whole year to get be picked as school representative. So I did it. I started my senior year with a bang. Before I aced last place, now first 2 runs for 3 kilometers I aced 3rd place. This caught the attention of our sports teacher, said I did wonderful for my physique. But then this sports teacher was fired for some children saying it touched them. I had suspicion that this sports teacher was a creep. With new teacher I realized I can get 100% picked as school representative for sport festival, since she doesn't know my history of being bad at sports. In day when new teacher arrived I changed my appearance. I started wearing more skin-tight clothes, and wearing my hair down, wearing some makeup. I also cleared my acne so makeup looked amazing. Before in gym I wore usual baggy clothes, but now after gym teacher changed I started wearing white shirt with shorts, for the new sports teacher to notice my hard work, which was a plan for revenge. And she noticed. My improved physical fitness was noticed by our new gym teacher, who liked how confident I seemed and how my trained body looked. The mean girl didn't like this and started spreading rumors about my new look. She told that I'm homo for showing my beauty in day the new gym teacher arrived, who was in fact woman. But I kept being silent. After that I challenged mean girl in sports. New sport teacher loved to pick me and mean girl as leader for 2 basketball groups since we were both muscular. I won most of sport competitions that gym teacher throwed at us. The pressure reached its peak when our gym teacher said that either I or the mean girl would be chosen to represent our school at the festival. The decision would be made based on a 3 kilometers run. So I came up with a bold plan to destroy her reputation. While watching TikTok I came across the video that talked about banned Nike shoe with metal plate that gives speed advantage in running. I realized that they look nearly identical to the mean girl shoes. The only difference is that mean girl's shoes didn't had metal plate and shoes weren't Nikes. So I knew right there that I need to make those Nikes look just like the mean girl's shoes. I didn't wanted to swap those shoes in day we gonna run, but rather after a run or next day in AP.E class to teacher notice or me to point out. I want her to suffer not also for loss of not being school representative in running championship, but being known as a cheater too. So I secretly took pictures of mean girl's shoes while she was bussy training after school to defeat me. I then made a Nike shoes with metal plate look like it is her pair of shoes. Next day with a stress, I hid the altered Nike shoes in my classmate locker, that is also known for lack to go to gym. I knew she would probably check my locker to bully me from a history before, so I made sure they were well hidden, in a place she will not look. On the big race day, the mean girl's bullying got really bad, but I stayed strong, driven by a strong feeling inside that kept me going even in the hot weather. She created a fake account of me. In that account I was photo shoot with my new P.E teacher as we are some lovers. That really hurt because everyone mocked me that day. That day was also really hot for April. The temperature outside at 10 a.m. reached really high, and it was estimated that the whole day would be super hot, and it's best to keep our heads inside. Sadly, the new teacher didn't saw heat as an obstacle, what I hoped she would do. Luckily she gave me and the mean girl a hats to hide from the sun. So we raced. I went first at the start and I then knew I would win. For a short time, it looked like I might win, but then the mean girl went faster in the last part of the race and finished before me, leaving me very tired and feeling like I lost. The heat got me. Even I was super thin, the heat wasn't my friend. Thinking about my loss, I understood that if I hadn't practiced indoors I would have won the race. But just because I have lost the battle doesn't mean I haven't won the war. That same day after school, I took action by secretly switching the mean girl's shoes in her locker, which wasn't noticed. Next day after the run, the mean girl was announced as the representative runner for school. After school, she went as usual, to the school gym to train for the big run. She hadn't noticed that the shoes she was wearing weren't hers. But a gym teacher noticed it quickly and stepped in, leading to a big argument. I was also in the gym, so I saw the whole incident. The mean girl was very confused, then after seeing me in the gym she accused me of me having something to do with her shoes, so she grabbed me by my shoulders tightly, asking me to take responsibility. I stayed calm as our teacher said I was not guilty, since she had seen the mean girl having those shoes for half a year. After that, the mean girl rushed to her locker and looked for her authentic shoes, which I hid in a forest after switching. She searched her whole locker, then she opened mine and she started searching. After pointless searching, the mean girl punched me in the face, but the gym teacher interfered and said her days as a representative of the school were over, since she is a cheater in competitive sport. A day after the incident, the mean girl again attacked me in school, verbally and physically started torturing me outside the school. Because of a couple of kids, this was noticed and both of our parents were informed of the incident. As my parents arrived, they told the principal about my hard work and innocence, saying that they should do something about the mean girl's behavior rather than mine. Then I told the principal and my parents the whole bullying story of how I was bullied the whole 7 years and that I started to work out to not being bullied by her. Because I told the truth to more than 6 people in the room, I couldn't hold the tears. My mom became furious about the fact that I didn't say a thing to her and the fact that the teachers saw it happening yet didn't do a thing. The parents of the mean girl were really shocked since they did everything for her to be a good Christian girl and she failed miserably. After that, the mean girl was withdrawn from school and her parents gave some money to my parents for law to not interfere. On the day she didn't show up, I finally felt at ease, and on the big day of running the championship at the annual school sports festival, I won a gold medal, which gave me a chance to have a scholarship to a local university, no matter my grades. Also, I was noticed by a running mentor that day, who then signed me to train for the Olympics. Now I graduated from university as a valedictorian, and I will go represent my country in the upcoming Olympics. Now I feel guilty for doing so, do M&S? Update, since you all asked for what happened to Mean Girl. Well, she didn't do great in life. Now she is a mom and I heard she has become better. But I doubt that. Not long ago, I met my classmate, her ex-friend. I didn't want to talk to her but she stopped me in the middle of running away from her. She said she is sorry for her wrongdoings to me. She also shared some information about the Mean Girl. Apparently, she was in a relationship with a sports teacher who was expelled. That's why she went to him after class and became sporty. Before, in elementary, she was a pretty chubby girl, but after 5th grade we all saw her shift. She went after classes to the school gym because of him. But after some time, he didn't show her attention she needed. He started showing it to me, apparently. Since I was bad at sports, every PE lesson he invited me to train. I thought it was just a friendly invitation to better my physique, but no, it was about something else. The Mean Girl's parents found it and told the principal about it. She also had contact with him after his job loss. But then he broke up with her. And 2 months after that, he was thrown in jail, for reasons that he liked minors. I had no idea that it was happening. I'm happy God saved me. Also, for those who ask what teachers did when they saw me being bullied, they did absolutely nothing. Nothing. Since the Mean Girl was good at academics, and good at everything, teachers saw her bullying as nothing but a discipline enhancer. As you read before, I wasn't best at academics. For those who ask how my university year went, well, nothing great. I was busy more than ever those days, barely slept. For those who asked how I cleared my acne, I used retinol since 14 that my cousin bought from USA. I also used a homemade moisturizer with shea butter. And for those who wonder if I still have bullying trauma, the answer is yes. I frequently have nightmares about it. And my image of my body has not changed. I frequently think I'm too skinny, even I gained 20 kilograms after starting exercising well. Sometimes I overeat food till vomiting. Also, thank you for sharing your bullying stories. And I'm so sorry for what you all experienced. As my psychologist said, it was not our fault that it happened. And I want to apologize to people who read my story and saw a lot of grammar mistakes. English isn't my first language.